Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeremy Beadle.
He was the nation's favourite prankster.
Oh, I've been beadled. That's what people used to say.
If you got beadled, it made many people's lives, you know.
It wasn't all about him. It was about the people that he used within his show.
Oh, you!
He loved being the Joker. He loved making people laugh.
You've got to be joking! You have got to be joking!
He was the mercury. He was this one bit that just made it work.
Jeremy Beadle was the heartbeat of Game for a Laugh.
What game for a laugh?
One of television's most recognisable faces.
I know who you are!
He was loved by the public, and they flocked around him.
And Jeremy loved them. He never became one of those stars who thought he was above talking to the public.
He would do anything he possibly could to make a show as entertaining as possible.
Who else other than Jeremy to think up these kind of stunts?
I have very fond memories of the battle in the 1980s. We would always joke about the fact we were arch rivals, but it was a very friendly rivalry.
And who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you.
But there was more to Beadle than the pranks.
The money he raised, particularly for leukemia, I don't think will ever be repeated.
Jeremy was a man who just had a soul of decency and goodness.
We were privileged, honestly, to have had him involved in the charity.
Tonight, with contributions from some of the people who knew him best.
My single abiding memory of that 10 years is that I never stopped laughing.
Jeremy was something that came in and a light lit up the room.
We celebrate the life and work of Jeremy Beadle.
You'll be watching us.
Watching you.
Watching us!
In 1981, ITV launched a new show where unsuspecting members of the public were the stars. It would change the face of television.
Game for a Laugh became an instant hit. It was literally a hit in 2 weeks.
If you can go to the catering, it's 14...
At the centre of it all was a prankster who knew exactly when to strike for comic effect.
Actually, what we wanted to find out was whether you were game for a laugh.
Game for a laugh?
Think about today and the big stars of Saturday night TV, the Anton Decks, the Simon Cowells, the Graham Nortons. Go back 15 years and Jeremy Beadle was their equivalent.
He loved being the Joker. He loved making people laugh. That's what he loved doing.
Hold it. He's going to get out. I think you're messing
about. He became synonymous with practical joking. Oh, I've been beadled. That's what people used to say. And I think that's what he would like to be remembered for.
Jeremy Beadle was born in Hackney, in London's East End, in April 1948. Expelled from school at 16, Jeremy worked as a baker, an assembly line worker, and even a lavatory attendant before starting out as a glamour photographer. By the early 70s, he was making his television debut as a music festival promoter, and even then couldn't resist a joke for the camera.
You feel that if you had to do it again, there's lots of things you'd do differently.
Yeah, the first thing I do is remember to bring a pillow.
Thank you, Jerry.
Soon, Jeremy had his own radio show, where he would start to perfect his talent for tricks and wind-ups.
His LBC show was famous for all sorts of pranks, and perhaps that was one of the things that led to the TV shows and some of the pranks that he got up to.
By 1980, Jeremy Beadle had moved into television, bringing his own brand of comedy to the Saturday morning kids' TV show Fun Factory.
But for the book titles, we've got one here. Tell the Truth, by Liza Wrong, sent in by Carl Hopkins of Great Eastern in Essex. He'll be getting a T-shirt.
He understood what television was about.
And a terrific drawing from Jason Evans of Swansea. There's a place called Knockdown. Great knockout there.
And he was great. and he went on to much bigger and greater things.
And the host on Game for a Laugh are Henry Kelly.
And in 1981, while working behind the cameras, Jeremy did just that.
Jeremy Beadle.
On the pilot, he was a researcher who was given a chance. Beadlebum, it's not going to be you, but will you do it for me? Because you know how to make the game work, because you've been working on it with us. And he said, OK, I'll do it. He was so successful on that pilot that I said, OK, you can do the series.
I think the success of Game for a Laugh was that it came from nowhere. I mean, in television terms, it was like being hit by a bus.
Does he snore in bed?
Oh, yes.
He does snore in bed. You don't
Until that time, Saturday night television was dominated by big variety shows. And Jeremy was part of a new wave of entertainment that was built around ordinary people.
Jeremy Beadle was the heartbeat of Game for a Laugh.
Guess who's been Game for a Laugh?
You're joking.
And who these days walks into a production meeting and says, I tell you what, guys, just been thinking, let's hide a guy's car on a cross-channel ferry.
Bonjour. I'm on the car deck of the cross-channel ferry, the Viking. Pauline and Louis King are passengers. They're here with their car because they just spent a day shopping in France. What will happen is just before we dock at Ramsgate, Louis is going to come to collect the car. And he's going to discover that the impossible has happened. It will have vanished mid-channel.
Each week, Game for a Laugh featured complex hidden camera stunts, all masterminded by Beadle.
Beadle's inventiveness and ingenuity used to just work, and it was wonderful to have him do it.
Beadle would come in with an idea, and no matter how daft it was, you knew that he would have worked it out right to the very end.
What the hell's that car?
It's got to be here.
The car's been moved.
Hasn't it been moved? There's a big knock.
Our car has been moved. Our car was by these tanks. I came down. I'm not joking, no.
I thought perhaps I got caught up in some drugs bust or something like that, and they'd moved my car to some part of the ship, and there'd be a load of police waiting for us and things like this, but there wasn't.
My friends parked their car there. Yep. The other car parked up there that I saw, the one with the trailer parked on. You had to pull right over to miss that van.
And I said to Pauline, just stay there, don't move. I said, I'm going off the boat, I'm going to ring the police, and I'm going to close the dock now. And I'm storming off, and of course that's when Jeremy Beadle came round the corner.
You've got to be joking! You have got to be joking! How the hell do you move a car? Oh, no!
The lovely thing about some of his wind-ups were they would go so far that at home you'd be going, oh no, what's going to happen next? But he would always know the right time to do the reveal. And I think that was great, because it never went too far, but it just went far enough.
Well, Louis, we wanted to find out whether you were Game for a Laugh, and I think you proved it.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, I'm Game for a Laugh.
There we are.
And this is our plaque that Jeremy gave us right at the end of the show.
Yeah, this is it. There's our name written on it as well. And there it is. And we keep it on our television.
I can't go. You're really great. You're fantastic.
Jeremy was the prime innovator of reality TV. I mean, look what he did with You've Been Framed.
Jeremy continued to make ordinary people the stars of the show.
Hi, and welcome to You've Been Framed.
When in 1990, he took camcorder catastrophes and turned them into a comedy classic.
That's all we've got time for tonight. Would you like some more? The key thing about You've Been Framed is that it tapped into a new technology, and it allowed the public to have an outlet for this material. It's as radical as YouTube is now.
Watched by up to 19 million viewers, You've Been Framed was credited with bringing camcorders to the masses.
Working with Jeremy was just fun. He was professional, he was a brilliant performer. That goes without saying.
Here we go! Beadle!
he had a very simple philosophy that in the end of the day he was there to entertain the public, and he would do anything he possibly could to make a show as entertaining as possible.
Guess what our next set of clips is all about.
He wanted the programme to be right more than he cared about his own vanity, which is quite unusual in a presenter.
Please keep your tapes coming in, and who knows, next time the star of the show could be you. Good night.
After the break, one of Beadle's greatest ever stunts.
Where are you going? Please come back. Do you want a cup of tea?
His charitable legacy.
There are many people today who would not be alive if it wasn't for Jeremy Beadle.
His influence.
You watch and study someone like Jeremy Beadle as your sort of mentor to work out how best to do stuff.
Hey, presto!
And fond memories from a friend.
There was Beadle, glued to the TV monitor in the green room, answering every single question.
Jeremy Beadle was the nation's favourite practical joker, and Beadle's About was one of his greatest achievements.
Sam's car, you can put that over there.
The moment that Beadle was revealed was the moment of the show.
I think Beadle's About, which was his signature programme, was the one that everyone identified him with.
You are who?
Some of his stunts will go down in history as probably the greatest pieces of comic television we'll ever see. The alien stunt has been seen all over the world.
It's all right, don't worry. Don't worry, everybody's okay. All right.
It was the most expensive scam that we've ever done. We closed off half of Dorset for it. We dug up this woman's garden. We had the police, we had the armed forces, we had ambulances, we had scientists there, we had camera crews.
Sorry, I'm from Rob Collins from ITN.
All for this one wonderful lady to come home at 12 o'clock at night, Janet Elford, and find all this at the back of her house.
Do you have any musical ability or?
Yeah, I sing.
This is amazing. Well, that could be the key. Could you just give me a...
I'm not going to sing it.
No, please. No, please.
To this day, I do not know why I sang, but I did. I had something to sing. I'd sang it during the evening, and I thought, well, go for it. I believe every drop of rain that falls. I believe every bird will fly. Someone will come to show the way.
Oh, my goodness me. You see what's happened? This is your energy, I'm sure. What? Sorry, no, you're okay. You're okay. Please help us. Let's step.
It became, as most people know, one of the greatest hoaxes ever transmitted.
What do you want? What are you doing here? Where are you going? Please come back. Do you want a cup of tea? Offering a cup of tea. Well, I'll never live that one down. I mean, as I say, I get teased about that quite often.
And Jeremy could hardly move for laughter. I mean, he was creased up. And we were saying, no, you're going to come on now. You've got to come on. And he had to get that stupid head on. And he was going, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then finally he comes through the hedge and comes up behind her.
And all of a sudden I turned round and saw this face.
Please, what is this?
And all I could see were these eyes. I wasn't expecting that, you know, at all. Well, I wasn't expecting any of this to happen.
I think they think you're its sort of mother in some kind of way.
And you notice at Beadle's about that he'd hold the mic out and wouldn't say a word. And sometimes they wouldn't even notice that he'd had a mic in his hand. And when they did, that was when, obviously, they realised they were a true star of the wind-up.
And that look of recognition on their face when they knew it's OK, the worst moment of my life has just happened, but it's OK, because Jeremy Beadle's there.
I know when I went to bed that night and I just lay there and I laughed and I laughed and I thought, oh, did I really say that? Is that going to come out on television? And yes, it has done.
When I used to watch Beadle's About on a Saturday night with my family, I wasn't involved in TV at all at that point, but Jeremy was a massive influence on me. He created a whole niche market, which led on to, you know, Ant and Dec doing the undercover stuff. Dom Jolly and his hidden camera show.
Yeah, thanks for coming. The rat's up here now. Come up.
Right. There it is. What do you reckon?
But Beadle wasn't just about hidden camera stunts. Throughout his career, he hosted many other popular shows.
You used to walk down the street with him, and people used to come up and they regarded him with great affection. They really adored him.
He would spend literally hours talking to them, signing autographs. He was just a very special and lovely man.
Beadle was also one of the cleverest men on television, but he could see the funny side when a gap in his knowledge was revealed by Chris Tarrant.
There you've got Jeremy, trivia expert, and we're on, I think, about the £4,000 question that normally all dummies, you know, just fly through, and they've come up with someone who's getting married in Coronation Street.
That must be really thrilling for everybody, the whole of Britain, knowing the answer.
Yep. Yeah.
And us
Two dummies.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee, not a clue.
Yeah. How embarrassing, you know, for the pair of us at £4,000, whatever it was. And in the end, we had to go and ask the audience. Stupid question. I think Tarrant planted that one.
Jeremy Beadle, Sir Alan Sugar. Bless you, guys.
But away from television, Jeremy Beadle had other priorities, including his family. Most ambitious of all were his plans to raise money for charity.
His charity work is legendary. He always used to say that charity was the rent you pay on earth. Well, he paid a very high rent.
He gave so much time to charity, to helping other people for no recognition for himself. I think Jeremy realised how lucky he was, and he realised, you know, you've been successful or reasonably successful. You want to give back.
Our 14-year-old son died of leukemia. In the same year, we lost a daughter. Jeremy heard of this double tragedy, and he was very much involved in helping charities. And he gave me a ring and said he'd like to help.
By the time of his death, he'd helped raise £100 million for good causes.
The money he raised, particularly for leukemia, I don't think will ever be repeated.
Mr. Jeremy Beadle, for services to the Foundation for Children.
In 2001, Jeremy Beadle was awarded the MBE for his services to charity. But 4 years later, after helping so many children with leukemia, he was himself found to be suffering from the disease.
It is a cruel twist of fate. It did seem strange to me that out of all the people that's going to get leukemia, this guy had done more for helping kids with leukemia than most people you could ever wish to know.
He just dismissed it, basically, and carried on with his work, carried on doing gigs, carried on doing quiz shows, working, writing books. It did not stop him.
On January the 30th, Jeremy Beadle passed away after suffering from pneumonia. The world's greatest prankster may be gone, but the contributions he made, both on and off screen, will never be forgotten. The laughter remains.
There's been all sorts of wonderful, flattering cartoons, and I wish he were here to see them.
Anybody who's met Jeremy fell in love with him. He was one of those people that once you'd met, he was very, very hard not to like.
Jeremy was a massive influence on me, wanting to get into TV. I've got a lot to thank the man for.
My overriding memory of Jeremy is fun and great kindness, a very caring man.
Jeremy had no pretensions. He didn't play the part of the star.
If you rang him and asked him something, could you help me? Like that.
It's so tragic that he went at such an early age. There you go. Thinking of you, mate.
He had a lot more to not just offer the industry, but to offer the British public. And I'm really sad that he has gone.
It's just a pain that he's gone, really. There's still so many more years.
My wife and I, we'll sadly miss a very good friend.
I shall miss him like a son.
Everybody loved him. And that's all I can say, really.
To see more of Jeremy Beadle's funniest moments and for the chance to pay your respects and read others' tributes, go to ITV.com/Beadle Tribute.